Hello, welcome everybody. My name is Hector Rivas and I am sending you this video before the class begins to welcome you. If you are watching this video, you are registered to take Animation 100 Digital Paint and Ink. And before the class begins, I want to tell you that I'm excited to have you and I'm looking forward to teaching you the skill sets necessary for you to learn how to create character art, backgrounds, midgrounds, foregrounds for the animation industry or for the gaming industry. This is one of the preliminary courses that is a gateway course into a pathway that's going to lead you into an animation career or a video game designing career. But in today's video, it's just welcoming you. And I have these 10 items to go over. So let's go ahead and get started and talk about these 10 items over here. First of all, this is the format that I will be addressing you. I will be creating videos. That way you get to see tutorials and I get to lecture you and give you the skill sets by not just talking about it, but me actually doing the work. So I'll do some tutorials of me creating some work, saying these are the tools, this is how they behave, and taking you step by step how to do it. And we're going to be using Canvas as our main way of distributing the information, both ways, to give you the information and to receive your projects. So first of all, that I want to tell you that I know many of you guys, the first thing you're thinking about is, how am I going to be graded? Well, grades are important, although in my mind, it's not the most important thing. It's really learning the skill set. It's do you know how to draw, how to paint, how to create the assets digitally? That's what we're here after, or what we're after. Grading. So everything is kind of timed. So you have to turn things on time. You can turn things in late, and depending on the project, it'll tell you when you can turn it in. But if you turn in late work, points get deducted from it, and it's usually a percentage. So here's a typical grading. If you miss the assignment, you get a 0. If you hit it on time, let's say it's a project that's 5 points, you're going to get 5 points. Let's say you addressed everything on the assignment. But if you're late, and although you get everything, you may just get 3 points, maybe 4 points. So that's just an example. I'm also going to give you a rubric per assignment. Rubrics look like something like this. And on your rubric, I'm going to tell you, look, to get a letter grade of an A, this is a project that's 100 points. This is what you need to do. These are all the skill sets that I'm testing you for. You have to show me these items in digital inking, your drawings, your patterns, like whatever it is that I am asking for. This is an example. If you get a letter grade of a B, then this is what I'm looking for, a letter grade of a C, D, and an F. This is if you don't turn it in. Okay, so that's an example of a rubric. Discussion. Look, we're also going to have on Canvas, we're going to have a discussion board where it's continuous. So I would encourage you, if you have a question, to write whatever question you have on the discussion board, and feel free to respond to it too. Like, I know that I don't have all the answers, neither do my assistants, but sometimes we research it. Even if we don't have the answers, we'll find the answers. And I know that sometimes students have a better answer, and I love learning. I'm also a learner. So if you have the answer, you can post it, and we're going to continue this thread throughout the whole semester. That way we can learn from each other. We're going to make it a viable learning community. We're going to learn from each other. Okay, so that's the discussion items. I also want to talk about being resourceful. In this class, I welcome you to look up reference videos, reference tutorials to supplement your education. I believe that you're going to learn a lot in this class just from the tutorials that I'm going to show you. But I know it's not everything. And I know there's some of you guys who have a lot of time where you can say, you know what, I want to dive deeper. And if you do, at least I'm pointing you in the right direction, and I'm telling you what the skill set, what's the name of the skill set that we're covering, and you can cross-reference it. Find another instructor that you can, or another tutorial that can give you a little bit more. Or it's very difficult to cover everything in one semester, but we're going to cover a lot. Okay, so be resourceful. And also, I want to tell you that a lot of the questions that are posted online, there's a difference between techie issues and class issues. A class issues would be like, well, my Illustrator, how do I get the masking technique? It looks like you went through on the tutorial, you went over it kind of fast. Can you show me how to do this differently? That's the class issue. But some of you guys may have tech issues, like my computer's not firing up, or it freezes every time I do this. And those are more difficult to answer because it could be a software issue, it could be a connectivity issue, it could be a Wi-Fi issue. So I'm asking you to be resourceful with that. Like I don't have the answers to the tech issues, but if it's a class-related issue, we're gonna solve it. However, you can. I don't discourage you on posting a tech issue, because maybe I don't know the answer, but somebody in our community may, somebody in the class, like, oh yeah, your problem is a Wi-Fi issue, is you don't have a strong enough signal for it to do that, for example. Speaking of help, we have lab technicians this semester. And lab technicians are people who are like a student. It's a student worker who is assisting me, like a professor assistant. And I'm gonna have them introduce themselves by doing a video recording. And they are going to be online also with the class, and they're going to answer questions and help with any part of the course. Their main goal is to help you. And they're very resourceful. All the lab techs that I hire are students who have gone through the program or are currently in the program, and they have done really good work and they have showed mastery of the skill set. So be friendly to them and they will help you. Adds, drops, and wait lists. Okay, so for this one, there are some students who want to add the class. And they're waitlisted. So this is a full class. It usually is a full class. It's 25 students. And what I'm saying is, if you're in the class, welcome. But along the way, you may fall behind, or you may think this is not the class that I was hoping it was going to be, or this is a class that doesn't fit my vision of what animation is. So if that's the case, if for whatever reasons you want to drop the class, please drop it. Earlier the better. That way I can give another student the opportunity to jump into this class, because both the class is full but also the wait list is full, and they can't come in unless there's a drop. But if you love the class and you're with it and you're learning the skill set, stay with it. It's just, this is for the people who need to drop the class for whatever reason. Please drop it and send me a quick note. Say, I'm dropping the class. You don't even have to give me a reason. You just say, that way it's a heads up. That way I can you're creating a space for another student to come in. I would appreciate that. Canvas modules. So we're going to be using Canvas as our way of communicating and delivering information. So get comfortable with it. I will talk about Canvas on the next video, because then I'm going to go show you the modules and what it looks like. A master plan. So let me go over real quick, just kind of a master plan, because we have a lot to cover in this semester, 6 weeks. So this is kind of what it looks like. These are, I broke it down into 4 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So let's just look at a class, for example, or 1 week here. So I talk about the syllabus, explain the materials. I believe you take a syllabus quiz. Then I give you an introduction on vector art and turning in your files, what you're going to call them. And then I give you a character art project explanation of what you're going to be working on. So this is Monday, let's say, and then there's Tuesday. What I do is I'm going to post all these lessons on Monday at 7:30 in the morning. And you have the whole week to go over all these lessons. And then on the module is going to say, watch this tutorial and then do this project and turn it in this way. And all of these, whatever projects I have, they're due exactly 1 week from when I post them. So all these lessons, the project is going to be due on Monday of the next week. Unless the project itself gives you a different deadline. But for the most part, all projects, you have 1 week to complete them. Unlike a regular semester, where you meet only Mondays and Wednesdays or Tuesdays and Thursdays, during the summer intersession, we meet Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's like a boot camp, and it's typically more hours, but it's more condensed. So it's gonna feel like, wow, this class is really fast paced. But what it is like you're expected to be in this class from, I guess if it was a typical semester, it would be from 8 o'clock to about 12:30. That's what it would look like. It's like up until lunchtime of just working and working and working. So just know that this class is going to take that kind of commitment. But again, I will release all these lessons at the beginning of the class. At the beginning of the week, and you have the whole week to cover it. And it's a asynchronous class, which means that you can do this whenever you want to. I know some of you guys are nocturnal and you do your best work in the middle of the night. Well, in this class, you can do it whenever you have the time to do it, but the deadlines must be met, which means you have 1 week to work on the projects. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a copy of this master schedule when the class begins. This is just a welcome and give you kind of a big overview of the course. Also on my projects, when I give you projects, I give you a project sheet, something like this, that says, okay, look, this is what this project is, and I'll tell you step by step how to take care of this project. Step number 1, I want you to do this. Step number 2, this is what you do. Step 3, you take them from Illustrator, you take them into Photoshop, and you do these items. And of course, there's tutorials for every step. So with the project sheet, the rubric, and the lessons, you should be able to get through the projects. I'm looking forward to having you. I think it's going to be a fun class. Animation and gaming it's a fantastic pathway. It's a great career, and along the way I'm going to show you even some videos of people who have made it. I'll share some success stories from students, also some success stories of people that have been documented, that have done great in the industry. So the objective is to keep you inspired and keep you moving forward. One of the questions that's typically asked, I'm not a good drawer, am I going to do okay in this class? And the answer is, yeah, you can. You have the possibility of doing great in this class. Of course, it helps to be a good drawer, but one of the things that we must accept of each other, or of yourself, I should say, is understand your strengths and your weaknesses. And if let's say you're a weak drawer, you can compensate in other ways. Find ways to help yourself. And so that might be some tutorial videos, it might be some reference images, it might be that you get your camera, your phone out and take a photo of a cat. Let's say you're drawing a cat, you take a picture of a cat, and then you might import it into your computer and print it out, and then use that as a starting point, and then you can characterize your cat. So find ways to be resourceful. I mean, I think life is about that, and then certainly this course is about that. It's about finding ways to get the project completed. Anyhow, I want to welcome you. On the next video, I'll talk about myself and about what I bring to the table in my career, and what I have done, and I'll show you some examples, personal examples and student examples. But again, this is a pre-class, just welcome. You're registered in the class, so if you're watching this video, you're registered in the class, and it's just a matter of waiting until the class begins so I can go over the syllabus and go over the materials that you need, the books, everything like that. Okay, so hang in tight until the first week, and I'm looking forward to having you. Have a great day.